But look, you know, when I find myself taking the wrong step, well, you know, I guess the other example where, because I actually changed my mind.
You changed your mind, exactly.
Well, you know, I think what they say is and so you know, I felt you know, but what it also means, I think, is, you know, I think that I want to make a broader point, Pastor Rick, right? I mean, that's not the perspective of human life and what it means to be human. One of the things that I strongly believe is that you know, we are not going to. I would argue that, well, you know, it's one of those situations where the devil's in the details. You know, if you've got, I think, generally speaking, yeah, I think that we should, and I've said this publicly, but let me just speak, okay, that may be in place. But I think so that'd be, but that you're here's how I think about it. Answering that question with specificity, you know, is above my pay grade.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end of our elaborate plans. The end of everything that stands. The end, no safety or surprise. The end, I'll never look into your eyes again. Can you picture what will be so limitless and free? Desperately in need of some stranger's hand in a desperate land. Lost in a romance, wilderness of pain, and all the children are insane. All the children are insane. Waiting for the summer rain, yeah. There's danger on the edge of town. Ride the King's Highway inside the gold mine. Ride the highway west, baby. Ride the snake, ride the snake to the lake, the ancient lake, baby. The snake is long, 7 miles. Ride the snake. He's old and his skin is cold. The West is to bed.
Get out of here.
That's the most persistent fly I've ever seen.
The West
Okay.
is the
Now a
best.
fly is landing on his mouth as he's speaking yesterday. I'm not sure what to make of it. Might be that there's a lot of BS that flies are. But the president's ability to attract rodents and insects is kind of creepy.
It began jacking up premiums for all of Nathan's employees and their families. No other insurer would take Nathan as long as Thomas was on the policy. Get out of here. You've seen me grab one of those before. The coverage she had through her husband's employer has a lifetime limit of $1 million. And so like Nathan, they worry they'll hit that limit.
Like policy. Should we go with Leviticus, which suggests slavery is okay? Or we could go with Deuteronomy, which suggests stoning your child if he strays from the faith? Or should we just stick to the Sermon on the Mount, a passage that is so radical that it's doubtful that our own Defense Department would survive its application? Folks haven't been reading their Bible.
Talked about my Muslim faith, and you're absolutely right that talked about my Muslim faith, and you're absolutely right that I'm a Muslim, and I said that I'm a Muslim, and I said that I'm a Muslim, and I
paid a visit to his brother and then he
Well, Obama's already
walked
fudged.
on down the
Yeah, but since day one of this election.
Barack Obama knows how to give a great speech. But when it comes to America's defense, the rhetoric doesn't match the reality. He talked tough about missile defense.
The Czech Republic and Poland have been courageous in agreeing to host a defense against these missiles. As long as the threat from Iran persists, we will go forward.
The reality?
We will scrap the long-planned missile defense shield in Europe. Now, this is the system that was meant to protect U.S. and our allies against possible missile attacks out of Iran.
He talked tough about defending those who defend the nation.
I will be as vigorous in protecting you as you are vigorous in protecting the American people.
And the reality?
Attorney General Eric Holder has decided to begin a new probe of alleged CIA interrogation abuses.
A decision criticized by 7 former CIA directors. He talked tough on Afghanistan.
I argued for more resources and more troops to finish the fight against the terrorists who actually attacked us on 9/11.
The reality.
He hasn't reached a conclusion, I suppose, because he's spending all his time preparing for Letterman and speeches, but to school children that he hasn't been able to focus on a war in which our soldiers are in the field getting shot at.
Not enough time for decision, but plenty of time for Letterman, golf, a beer summit, more golf, vacation, and a visit to Copenhagen.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy.